Oh yeah.
It's my favorite time of the week.
It's everybody's favorite time of the week.
Mm-hmm. What are we
So
doing
what we
today,
got?
Prophet?
No, 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 no. See, I got the lines. What do we got today, Lou?
We are going to be talking about all things AEW on this episode of Off the Top Rope.
Goddamn right.
For those who aren't aware, this one, if I do this right, which I'm putting it out there in the world right now, if I do this right, this episode should be the first episode that you hear. We are doing a little bit different when it comes to the podcasts. We're actually going to be breaking up AEW and TNA and other things into different episodes. So today, as you listen to this, you'll get all the AEW goodness, and then tomorrow you should be getting all of the TNA goodness. Make sure you watch both those. Make sure you like, comment, and do all those good things. Let us know if you like that or not. And I think we're good.
Oh shit. Okay, man. So this week, man, Dynamite was on fire.
Dynamite was.
And then Collision, that main event was on fire.
Yes, it was.
It showed why the women's division in AEW is the best in all of North America, which we've been saying for weeks already. But
Yes, sir.
one day you guys will listen to us,
I mean, we
and when you'll see the way. Somebody up there is listening to us, so one of you gotta get in. You can listen to us. It'll be good.
at this point it's all but confirmed. Like I just need one day someone to just call out off the top rope in your little press scrum. We see you. We know that you listen.
We know you're here. We know you're one of them.
But before we get into Dynamite, Rampage, Collision,
Yeah.
there's something else we gotta talk about real quick first.
Oh yeah. No, let's address this bullshit that has come up.
There was
Uh,
oh, go ahead, bro. All you.
no, no. Actually, all you, man. I want you before we deep dive into this shit. You go in, man.
All right. So at the time of recording, this was 2 days ago. We're a little late. My internet literally died the day that this happened. Literally, I've been out of there for 2 days. But on Friday, there was a report from WWE. We don't know who said it in WWE. No clue. So we're not even going to try to go through that. But someone in WWE said that Swerve Strickland's new contract, and low-key Daniel Garcia too. Daniel Garcia also, but they focus with Swerve. Swerve's contract is bad for business, which is insane. Which is insane. People are saying that because of that contract, which is allegedly 7 figures, get your money, Swerve, that messes up the market value for wrestlers and wrestling and everything along those lines. There was a lot of talk on Friday. There was a Twitter Spaces with a lot of AEW fans. They were talking about it. It was going back and forth. Swerve was literally watching because he was putting up tweets. There was one person who he said that he would send out the texts. So
Yep.
like, Swerve's been watching. Swerve hears everything. Like he's the boogeyman for a reason. But yeah, that's really what happened. It caused a whole back and forth. I think Loki it still might be going on, but to a lower extent. But yeah, Prophet, what are your thoughts before I go on a tirade?
So here's my thoughts, man. So they're sitting there trying to say, "Oh, it messes up the market, because they're overpaying him." Are you fucking kidding me?
Mm-hmm.
Overpaying Swerve? Swerve deserves every bit that he gets.
The damn franchise.
He, he's the he's literally he's pretty much face of the company right now, right? He carried the company for a bit. And you know, for them to say he's not worth it, they're like, oh yeah, we wanted to get the Nana and Swerve act, acting like they're like a circus act or something like that. Um, and that's how they would have treated them if they would have went to WWE as like a fucking sideshow. Which, no, Swerve and Nana, that whole thing is not a sideshow. It's the show. Let's put it right where it is. Um, I just think like they're pissed off because they can't lowball everybody anymore.
Mm-hmm.
They're mad because they're like, hey, we'll lowball you, you know, give you like, a bucket of fried chicken and fucking WrestleMania moment. What do you think? And everybody's like, fuck you.
Yep.
Like, what the fuck am I gonna do that for? I'm gonna go over here, I'm gonna get showcased at the top of my game. I'm not gonna be put as some, sideshow or be made to be lower than what you already have in certain wrestlers, right? And you can't sit there and just say like he's not worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Dude's been doing the media. He's been doing uh anything and everything TK has asked him to do. The guy's been up there doing it. When you're sitting there doing media and like just be like doing that, jumping into every wrestling match that that big boss is like, hey, I need you here. Can you make it work? Okay, I'll make that shit work, dog. Hey, can you go to this media scrum? Yeah, I'll make that work. That's what he's doing right there. All that stuff he's doing. That's all the stuff being the face of the company,
Yep.
right? Like, get the fuck out of here with that shit. Like, he's not worth. My boy is worth it. Swerve is worth it. Danny G is worth it too.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, man. Like, I guess like they're so used to just paying everybody pennies and then giving them that WrestleMania moment, and now everybody sees Wembley Stadium and they're like, "Yo, they got their own WrestleMania over there. They got their own thing. They got All Out, All In.
Wait.
They got the big venue. They got the stuff too. I can actually do my stuff. I can be creative over here. I can, I don't have to be part of that weird machine that's over there in the WWE. And I can get paid to do it. I can get paid what I'm worth.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's the thing. That's the key. Worth. He's getting paid what he's worth. Is he worth 7 figures? Fuck yeah, he's worth 7 figures.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just gonna, just leave it at Swerve is totally worth it. And WWE, too bad for you. You paid your pennies for, the people that you got and the people that ran away and couldn't get over in AEW, like, Brock Anderson. But, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't, I could go on a tangent, but I'm not. But I'm going to pass it over to you, my man, because I know you got a lot to say.
I'm gonna add to your points real quick before I go into my own tirade. Not only is AEW doing their own thing and having their own big venues, I want to ask you a question. When's the last time WWE ran in Wembley Stadium?
Oh, they have.
AEW has a show coming up in the Tokyo Dome. When's the last time WWE ran in the Tokyo Dome?
Last time they ran into Tokyo Dome.
Mm-hmm.
I thought they ran there once.
Decades ago.
Yeah, it was probably. I want to say it was like in the 70s, 80s.
Yep. Right now, AEW, because of their partnerships and because of what they're doing, they have access to go places that WWE can't. And I know that shit kills them because they haven't been able to run in Wembley Stadium. AEW has that locked up. And now, imagine WWE trying to go to Wembley because they could. They easily pay the fee and they can go. They might be able to get like 70,000 people in there also. WWE is a big company, right? But now you're always going to be the company that ran Wembley second. you find a way to get into the Tokyo Dome, you're gonna end up running after AEW does a tag show there with CMLL, with New Japan, with Stardom. WWE's not the first. They can't do that no more. So I know they're heated.
Mm-hmm.
So
sure.
You can right now, like you said, you can go to AEW, you can go to TNA, you can go to New Japan, you can make money, you can have big moments still. WWE, they're really upset that they're not the only people that can do that anymore. That WrestleMania moment don't really mean too much right now. No more do it. Don't really mean a lot. When you can go have similar moments in other places. And probably get paid more for doing it.
Yeah.
Now, to go on to my little, I'm gonna try to make it brief. Like I said to you, Prophet, before this, I'm pretty sure the gods cut off my internet, because if I would have said what I was going to say on Friday, it would be real bad.
He helped you think about it, my man.
It gave me a couple days to sit and really think about what I was going to say. I have 2 points. One, if you're a black talent specifically in WWE, are you worried about what was said? We don't know who said it. So it could be anybody. It even could be someone lower on the rung that doesn't have any power to say anything, right? We got to clarify that too. We don't know who said it. But aren't you worried about what they're saying about Swerve? Because if Swerve, who started literally from the bottom, who was taking pins from everybody, losing a bunch of matches, he lost in Wembley Stadium last year. He was the one who put in the coffin, even though low-key he shouldn't have lost because his locks were out of the coffin. It technically wasn't all the way closed. Neither here nor there. Whenever AEW needed Swerve to do something, he did it. And this was also at a time where a lot of people did not want to lose in AEW. Like, you had like a Miro who didn't want to lose anything at all. Malachi Black still hasn't been pinned. He's lost matches, but he's never been pinned in AEW since fucking Cody. It's been a long time, like, since Malachi's been pinned. And no, that's no flack to Malachi, because he's doing his shit right now. But there are a lot of people who are not willing to do their job in wrestling. And let me tell you, if you're a wrestler, you're not going to win all the time. Everyone should know that. That's just the thing. You're not going to win all the time. Swerve built himself up literally from the bottom to become a world champion, to becoming the franchise. Damn near the face of AEW. And that's not worth the contract that he got. So if they're thinking that, what are they thinking about you? Not even just black talent. I'm not even gonna say black talent. Talent in general. What are they thinking about you? You work your ass off. Y'all work 4 to 5 days a week, and they don't want to pay you. What does that say about them? What does that say about other places? Shouldn't you want to be paid your worth? Is it worth going to doing whatever WWE is doing right now if you're not being paid what you should be paid? Realistically.
Mm-hmm.
Point 2. WWE is so fucking mad that they couldn't get Swerve. Because that was part of the report. Part of the report is they wanted Swerve. They wanted Swerve and Nana. Prophet even said it. They wanted to get the Swerve and Nana act. But they couldn't do it. Because they couldn't offer him pennies to just go and be in WWE. Because at this point, right now, in 2024, being in WWE is great. I'm not saying that that's bad. But right now, that is not the only place that you need to be if you want to be a success story in wrestling.
Yep.
Shit, you can do indies and be great. Look at fucking Matt Cardona. Matt Cardona left WWE and made a name for himself being the Deathmatch King in GCW. And let me tell you right now, GCW don't have no weekly TV show. But he became a name because of what he was doing down there.
Yeah.
You don't need the WWE system anymore. I know a lot of people dream about doing that and going those places, whatever, right? And that's your dream. If you want to be there, be there. I'm not trying to say that people should not be going to WWE anymore. That's your dream. You want to go there. But you have options now. There are options. You don't just have to go to WWE, grind the schedule 4, 5, 6 days a week wrestling, staying home maybe 1 day, 2 days, and going back and doing it all over again. You don't have to do that. There are other places you can go. You can go to Japan. You can go to AEW. You can go to TNA. There's a lot of places you can go to live your dream. And if you want big moments, you can head over to New Japan or AEW, CMLL. Do whatever you want to do. But at the end of the day, WWE's just pissed that they can't control anything anymore. They can't control the narrative. They're not the end all be all for where every wrestler wants to go. And I know that pisses them off more than anything. That's where I'm going to end this tirade, because I can talk about more. I can talk specifically about why, again, black wrestlers should be really upset about what they were saying. I can talk about how the quote sounded. I won't. Mm-hmm. I could. I can talk about how racist that shit sounded, but I won't. I'm gonna leave it at that. Swerve deserves his money, and y'all can just stay mad.
I'm gonna add to your first point, just about just black wrestlers in general, just hearing that, right? Like, so you guys got to think about. So it came from somewhere. I don't care where it came from, right? Mm-hmm. Even if it came from the bottom. A lot of times when you hear shit that comes from the bottom, it's something that's whispers and shit that came from the top. Mm-hmm. So you're really gonna have to think about that. If it really, if it is a bottom guy, we're just saying, hey, we don't know who said it, right? Whether it's somebody from the top or the bottom. If somebody from the top is coming straight from the horse's mouth, right? Mm-hmm. If it's coming from somebody from the bottom, they heard it from somebody from the top. It came from the top somewhere.
Yep.
You just don't randomly say that shit. So I just want to, ask, like, not just black wrestlers, just minority wrestlers in general that are in the WWE. Hearing that, what do you guys think? Right? I really hope you guys take a step back and take a look, and not the ones that are at, you're going to get a different opinion from somebody that's at the top of the card, or in the middle of the card or at the bottom, right? Mm-hmm. We don't, but you guys should really just sit back and take a look, and maybe, just maybe, you guys should bet on yourselves.
Yeah,
I'm just going to leave it at that.
We can go really deep into this because this spawned a lot of conversation from a lot of different places, right? I've heard a lot of opinions. Like, we didn't even talk about how MVP responded, how MVP was talking before this quote even came out. We didn't say a word about Mustafa Ali, what he said, what you told me about earlier today in GCW.
Yeah, it's not and that's the thing, right? That's one of the things. You guys heard this, what they said about, Swerve getting his contract and getting his deal and stuff like that. This isn't the only time this has been said.
No.
It has been said to other wrestlers, right? Like other wrestlers and pretty much other, people of color. And it's a thing, I know you guys want to think WWE is all sunshine and rainbows, but it ain't.
No.
Especially if you're a black wrestler. Or a wrestler of color.
Yeah.
I'll just put it like that.
So we'll leave this at that. We can go super hard on this. Like I said, I think my internet went out for a good reason, because if we would have sat down like we initially planned on Friday, this would have been 2 hours, and I'm pretty sure I would have said some shit that would have got us in trouble. But I won't. I know we're not in wrestling. We are just fans. But y'all should, if you happen to be a wrestler, you happen to be in WWE, and you happen to listen to this, just please, even if you want to stay there, I think that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But just know you have a lot of other options. And across the street, you work your ass off, they'll pay you more. And you work less. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
Now let's get into some Dynamite.
Getting into some AEW Dynamite.
Yes, sir.
Dynamite was good this episode, man. Like, I really enjoyed it.
This was a really good show. Top to bottom. Well, top to almost bottom. We'll talk about it though.
Yeah. We'll talk about it. So yeah, let's just jump right into it, man. So show starts out, and immediately Jon Moxley comes out, but he ain't coming out to Wild Thing.
No, sir.
He's coming out to his New Japan Pro Wrestling theme. And he has this shaved head. Boy, looking like a new man. That vacation did wonders, made him stew a little bit. I don't know. He was mad heelish when he came out. And so he came out, he came to the ring. Well, and talked to Tony Schiavone. And he said he was looking for somebody. We don't know who he's looking for. But he also name dropped Darby Allin in the promo too. He's like, "Hey, Darby, we need to talk." That's all he said. He said, "We need to talk." But at the end, he's like, "Yo, this ain't your company." I'm like, "Oh shit, what's going on here, man?"
Shivani was scared for his life, and I understand.
Like, Mox is cooking up something, but I'm just gonna say this: I dig where this is going. He's getting away from the BCC for a bit. That's what it looks like. He's forming his own faction, and we're gonna talk about one person that appeared, and I'm happy she's there.
I can't wait to talk about her, bro. I can't wait.
She looked good. She looked great. It's about damn time.
Let me talk about Mox real quick. I watch a lot of New Japan. I've said it before. New Japan is my favorite promotion. It still is. It always will be. New Japan is just the way that I do it. This is how Moxley comes out in New Japan. Like, you see how he comes out the Wild Thing. He's like throwing the water bottle and he's going all crazy and stuff like that. Doesn't do that in New Japan. He comes out to this music, the Death Rider theme, hot as shit. Also, by the way, I think he should have been coming out to this for a while. I'm happy he's doing it now in AEW. But he comes out to this. He's very stoic. He just walks through the crowd. He's very calm, but you could tell he's ready to do some shit. This is New Japan Moxley, and y'all motherfuckers are not ready for New Japan Moxley, because New Japan Moxley does not play. Y'all thought he was doing cute death matches before. He had a death match with El Desperado last year, 4th of July.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yes, sir.
If this is the Moxley we're getting, y'all better be prepared. And plus, he called out Darby. Darby just so happens to have a world title shot coming up soon, right?
Nope.
I wonder. But we'll talk more about Moxley a little bit later in the show.
We'll talk more about the Darby situation at the end of the show.
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, man. I was like, okay, I'm digging this Mox, dude. I'm digging it. And if you've heard us talk about Mox on the channel, you know how we feel about him. He's the current ace of the company.
That man was missed on my AEW TV. Let me tell you that.
Yeah, but he needed a break. My boy needed a break. He was carrying hard.
He was supposed to go, allegedly, we don't know if this is true for sure, but it's funny. Supposed to go on vacation last year after All In, but the Punk shit happened. So he had to come in and right the ship and do whatever he had to do. I'm happy he got a couple months off. I'm happy he did his thing. Him
and Joe had to right the ship, man.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, man. Yeah, every time I see Mox on TV, I'm happy. There's, I'll say it. No, I'll say it right now. There's only one person I'm missing from TV right now.
Say it.
I hope he gets better soon. And once he gets better, I need him on my TV every week.
Go ahead, give him.
Kenny Omega.
Yes, sir.
I need the best bout machine back on my TV. Because once, like, when you have everybody in AEW there and you have Kenny Omega also, it's a different the atmosphere is different in AEW. It's just a different it's just different, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I can't explain it, but it's like, oh shit. They got everybody now. Oh, it's firing on all cylinders.
God, bro.
So
Imagine the women's division, how it's cooking right now, doing his thing, and then we get the major players back. We got Moxley back now. Moxley's about to do his thing. We get Kenny back.
yes, sir.
Takesha's back in here now. They got people like Ricochet. They got a Swerve. They got a Hangman back now. Oof.
Yeah, man.
Man.
And consolation prize, we get Adam Cole too. Whenever he comes back, I like Adam Cole a lot. I want him to have a fantastic run somewhere, somehow, some way.
Bro,
I just want him to have a run to shut people the fuck up.
I think I hate to say this, but I hope I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong. We might be talking about Adam Cole the way we talk about Keith Lee, bro.
I hope.
I hope not. I hope not. Also, I'm one of the 5 people still hopeful for Keith Lee. Also, Keith, hopefully you're feeling better, bro. Come back soon if you can.
Yeah, we need you on the TV. We need you to finish it up with Swerve.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Oh man. Okay. When we get back on the episode now, because I'm probably gonna go on little tangents like this like 4 or 5 times throughout Dynamite.
Oh, literally every segment this is gonna happen.
So right after this, the match, the first match of the night is Hangman Adam Page versus Big Tom. If you know who Big Tom is, Tomohiro Ishii. On my TV again. I'm happy. I'm already happy with this episode. Got Hangman and Big Tom on TV. So this match starts out very New Japan. They are fucking forearm smashing each other for over a minute straight. Just forearm smashing each other. Yeah, and eventually Hangman comes out on top and he starts hitting his moves. But it didn't stop there. They literally went from corner to corners, forearm smashing each other again. It just hitting each other. It was literally like a battle of wills. At one point, they get to the apron, and Hangman spiked Ishii with the DDT on the apron. And wow, god damn it, it is the best scene on fucking all of Dynamite. Ishii is just sitting there, head on top of his head, just like spiked.
It looked like he got indented into the ring a little bit. Actually, the way he just stood up like that, he literally look. Prophet said it. He was literally on his head. He was on his head. His whole body was just. It was great.
Yeah, it was fantastic. He spiked him there. He like Ishii was there for a minute. So, eventually, like right after that, Hangman comes out with the win. He pins Ishii.
Mm-hmm.
Right after that, the music started playing.
Uh-oh.
And the new $1 Million Man came out. Swerve.
Franchise.
The franchise of AEW. The boogeyman of AEW. Has come out. Has his eyes set on Hangman Page. And one of the things I noticed, everybody noticed, and it was kind of hilarious. Nana did an angry dance. He was angry dancing to the ring this time.
Oh, he was not happy. He was looking Hangman dead in his eyes. He just looked pissed, and then he hit the dance. His face never changed. He was pissed the entire time.
He was pissed. He was mad, man. So you know it's serious. Nana angry dancing, bro. So he confronts Hangman. And he's like, yo, while you're sitting here obsessing with me, I'm winning world championships. I'm headlining All In. I'm doing everything that you're not. But you're still obsessed with me. And it's like, every time I've challenged you, I've been wanting to get the Hangman Adam Page. Like, the Hangman. The cowboy shit Hangman. But I'm getting a shell of him every time. I'm not getting that Hangman. I'm getting this other guy. So he's like, hey, come all out. Steel cage. We're going to go one-on-one. Which Hangman is going to show up? And yeah, and then Hangman did this little funny thing. He's like, "You're not better than me." He said it like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah, he's like, "You're not a champion at anything. You're a piece of crap. Broken my home. You wrestled me 3 times. You can never beat me on your own." Just yeah.
Like, but Swerve's like, "Hey, they ain't no. There's nobody coming this time. It's me and you. Who's gonna, which Hangman am I gonna get?" So yeah, that shit was damn good.
Let me add real quick.
Yeah.
Steel cage match.
Mm-hmm.
All out.
Yep.
This should be the main event.
Oh, it totally should.
This should be the main event.
This, you man, yeah, it should.
Let me talk about Swerve real quick before I get into Hangman. What we talked about earlier. Swerve built himself up. Swerve a year ago wouldn't be able to do this.
No.
Swerve not only built himself up in the ring, he got in the gym, made sure he was in a good shape. He also got in that mic, made sure he could talk.
Yep.
And what he said, I mean, it was the truth, right? Like, Hangman's been obsessed with Swerve for months. They wrestled already. And sure, Hangman has a point. Like, Swerve has never really been able to beat Hangman on his own. Sure. But at the same time, when Hangman had a chance to win the championship, the world championship, he's the one who lost.
Mm-hmm.
He had a chance to get at Swerve again to go in the Owen Hart Cup. All he had to do was win, and he would have been in the main event of All In.
Yep.
Hangman lost. Hangman had a chance in the Casino Gauntlet. He could have had a shot whenever he wanted. Literally whenever he wanted.
Yeah.
He lost. I mean, at the end of the day, what Swerve did to Hangman was wrong, and there are a lot of people on the internet saying that Hangman did nothing wrong, which is the truth. Hey, realistically, we're the assholes here in this situation. Honestly.
Yeah, we are.
Swerve broke into that man's house. Like, Jimmy the Lock, not Jimmy the Lock, opened the door, went in there, basically killed Hangman in 3 matches, cheated Hangman all 3 of those matches, and what did we do? We were sitting there cheering for Swerve. Let's go, Swerve. That's our champion. Swerve ended up, I know this is, whatever, but Swerve ended up getting a 7-figure contract. And in storyline, Hangman probably hates that shit. Because he signed it on camera.
Yeah.
Hangman did nothing wrong, but Swerve got a point. But this is why this has been building up for months. This needs to be the all-out main event. There's nothing else on this card that deserves to be the main event. This is it.
Oh yeah. Like, well, this is longer than months. It's pretty much been a year.
Almost a year. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and they say they don't. AEW doesn't do storytelling. Yeah. Okay. Um.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this pretty much been a storyline for a year. This needs the biggest. This needs a big payoff. And I
Which,
feel like the only way is to give them the main event.
mm-hmm. I think they deserve it. Like we can talk about, we're gonna talk about a couple other matches that get announced. They're kind of doing this pay per view quick, right? Because it's next Saturday, so they kind of have to run through this quick. But realistically, there aren't any other matches right now in my eyes that deserve the main event more than Swerve and Hangman in a steel cage.
Yeah. No. Not yet.
Mm-mm.
And yeah, so oh, this is so good. Like Swerve is coming out. He got that super villain energy going. Like if you were to like put people in roles, Swerve is the villain, the biggest villain in the company.
Mm-hmm.
Hangman is, he's the main character. So you got the main character, and then you got the main character and the biggest villain going at it. They need to put it in the steel cage.
Mm-hmm.
They need to put it as the main event.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man.
That's all I got. You got any more thoughts on that before we move forward?
Nope. I just loved every second of it. It was great.
Also, actually, you know what? Real quick before we go,
Mhm.
shout out Big Tom, Tomohiro Ishii. By the time we talk about you, I think you're going back to Japan now. I think you had your last match in Collision. We'll talk about you a little bit later. Ishii, you could have been the G1, bro. You really could have. But I'm happy. I'm happy that you decided to go out and do your own thing for the last couple months.
Yeah, I'm happy I got to see you on AEW TV, on American TV, these last few months.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely one of my favorite highlights every time he was on there.
One of my favorite things from Ishii, he had a bunch of good matches, but one of my favorite things was when he was on commentary last week. And he had the commentary, he had the headset on, didn't say a damn word. Fantastic. It happened on Collision. It was so great.
He's the pit bull, man.
He was just looking. Willow came out and gave him a hug, and he looked like he flashed a little smile for a second because he got a hug from Willow. But other than that, he was just kind of just sitting there at the commentary desk. Nigel and Tony Schiavone were just looking at him like, what are your thoughts, Ishii? And he was just sitting there. It was great.
Oh, it's awesome. Okay. So let's go to our next match.
Yes.
And you already know. Our girl is back. Jamie Hayter. So it was Jamie Hayter versus Harley Cameron. And what is there to say other than like from the jump, there was a lot of back and forth. Mostly Jamie Hayter beating the shit out of Harley Cameron. But yeah, Jamie and Harley, they went at it, dude. I didn't have much notes of like, the bell to bell part of the match, but like just watching Jamie Hayter go, man, she is in top form again already.
Hasn't lost a step.
She hasn't lost a damn step. She looked damn good. Also, Harley looked good too, because you need two to tango. So yeah, like, I think the match was about 5 minutes. Jamie Hayter wins with the Haterade. Pins Harley 1, 2, 3. Man, it was. See, when you want comparison of somebody coming back from a long injury, she was injured longer, by the way, guys. 15 months.
Mm-hmm.
She was out. She came back looking like she's ready to go for a world title right now. Looking like she could go 20, 30 minutes right now. Versus a certain somebody that wanted to sandbagging pout.
Somebody who had a match at All In that hasn't gotten discussed on AEW TV all week.
And got taken off an all out poster.
Yep.
But yeah, look, we ain't gonna go to that negative. But yeah, like my little note here is like, hopefully when they come back to Vegas, she's here, so we can see her live, kicking ass.
I got to see her. Her last match was Double or Nothing here in 2022.
Yeah.
Was it 2022? Was it 2023?
No, it had to be 22 because she was out for like 15 months.
Yeah. She. I didn't really get to see her like wrestle because she was hurt at that time, right?
Mm-hmm.
I agree. Hopefully, she should have a match either on Dynamite, whatever, when they're out here, because I need to see that live.
Yeah.
Also, shout out Harley Cameron.
Mm-hmm.
Put in the work. She's on that Red Velvet run. Red Velvet did a run like this when she was wrestling a bunch of all top stars in 2022, I think. 2023, sometime around there. Got insanely good. So next step for Harley after this, she gonna go down to Ring of Honor. She gonna put in some work, like Red Velvet and Queen Aminata did.
Yep.
She gonna be a beast.
Mm-hmm. Have her. Have Anna Jay go down there and get her stuff in more.
Woo.
Even better. That women's division is stacked, and it has people that are up and coming, and it's going to get even more stacked. So it's looking good.
Mm-hmm. There's just
It's
two little pieces that need to go.
yeah. Well, actually one, but
Nah, the other one who was just on screen also, the one who was hyping up Harley Cameron can dip out too.
I don't mind Serena.
Yeah.
But Britt, no.
Yeah, no matter what, it's time for Britt to go ahead and take a little sabbatical.
And go back to your dentist's office. Go back to your dentist.
Hopefully not one for injury. Hopefully you're healthy, because we don't want to see you get injured. But I also don't want to see you in this AEW ring. Go ahead and dip out for a while. If you were really serious about this, you go down to Ring of Honor, do your thing down there. But we know you're not.
Nope. But you know what? Let's get to the next little segment.
Yes.
The segment was the learning tree.
Oh wait, no, didn't MJF come out next?
The learning tree was before MJF.
Gross.
So, you know what? Like, pretty much at this segment was just Jericho saying, "Hey, they're all going to pay the price for breaking." I think he said somebody like fucked up one of his jackets, and Orange Cassidy messed up his jacket. It's like $7,000 jacket, so everybody's going to pay the price now.
Yeah, 3 years ago.
And Roddy Strong is like, "Hey, I'm in the Jericho Vortex for one time and one time only, and I'm out." You make sure to mention that shit. And at the end is the best part because it's Brian Keith. So after Jericho said they're all going to pay the price, everybody left except Brian Keith. And Renee was expecting him to do the thing you did at the end because he was staring at Renee, and Renee was like, "Oh shit." He's like, "Yeah, pay the damn price," and then he left. It's like Brian Keith was like, "You're literally the best part of the learning tree segments." And then so now it's MJF and the Danny Garcia segment. This segment was great. The whole thing was great. MJF, the hilarious promo talking about he's pissed that he doesn't have his title anymore. He's sad about it, and that since the fans have all turned on him while he was defending America across the globe, He has renounced his American citizenship, and he's only a citizen in one place and one place only. The shittiest place on the world, Long Island, New York. and he's like, yo, when Osprey, he's now going to be a thorn in Osprey's side now. And he says whenever Osprey is going to go for a world heavyweight championship, he's going to cut him down at the knees and take the title from him, and make sure he never gets the title or never gets a chance to get it. He then starts talking shit about Danny Garcia, and Danny Garcia is like, he comes out and beats up MJF. And then Garcia just goes in on the mic and cuts his best fucking promo I've ever had him cut.
Mm-hmm.
Boy put fire in it. He's like, yo, doing everything to destroy you is not just my passion. Defeating you is my fetish. I'm like, God damn, boy. You're getting a little crazy with it.
Oh, he was serious.
My boy was serious. He was about to dance. And after he cut the promo, though, is the best part. He fucking threw the mic and hit MJF straight in the head.
It was such a perfect throw, bro.
I was like, that was bullseye, dude. He was like, oof. And then MJF tried to run back to the ring. And they also announced that they have a match at All Out. So, what are your thoughts on this segment?
Daniel Garcia, that man is a pissed off man.
Mm-hmm.
He is very sick of MJF. He hasn't done the dance since he's been back.
Yeah.
Like this is Red Death Daniel Garcia.
Mm-hmm.
I'ma choke you out and I'ma put you in a pretzel Daniel Garcia.
Yeah.
So we still don't know. I guess technically we don't know if this is the last we're gonna see of Daniel Garcia in AEW. We technically still don't know. I guess he's still on the fence until like maybe October or something like that. So next month. So if this is his last time in AEW, this is a perfect match to go out on. But if it's not, I'm gonna be excited to see where he goes from this, because we got a Continental Classic coming up. He did great in the last one, even though he didn't win as much. That's where he really got this flow going.
Yeah, I'm
excited. And MJF came out selling the Tiger Driver, had the Coleco Tech on his neck.
Yep.
This is definitely this was a different MJF promo, which was nice to hear. He's been a little bit different since he's been back, which has been nice. Don't really have too much else to talk about MJF. He did what he needed to do. This was Daniel Garcia's show.
Yeah. I'm just gonna be honest, man. I don't think Garcia's going to NXT, because that's where they would put him.
Yeah, most likely.
You go from where he is right now, the spot he's in right now, to NXT, where he could easily get lost in the shuffle over there.
Mm-hmm.
I think he already resigned. That's just me.
That's the hope.
Because I feel like if he wasn't close to resigning or didn't resign, he wouldn't have showed up at All In. He would have got pretty much the Penta and fucking Phoenix treatment.
Mm-hmm.
Penta and Phoenix are like, oh, we're going to WWE. And I'm like, TK's like, okay. Well, you guys were going to win the trios, but yeah, screw that. Punk is winning the trios, and you guys are just not going to be existent.
Yeah, haven't seen them since.
Haven't seen them since. I think the same thing. If Danny Garcia was going that way to WWE, I don't think they would be doing a storyline at all. But we'll find out.
We'll find out.
Yeah, but damn good segment. It was great. Both men doing the damn thing. That accurate throw from Danny Garcia, I just laughed so hard though. It hit MJF square in the forehead, man.
Oh, one thing real quick before this. This whole match against each other, they're not talking about just having a match. They're talking about breaking each other's necks.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing around this too, which is crazy.
Yep. And it's also perfect because look, MJF just took the Tiger Driver. So he is primed for picking for Danny Garcia to pick his neck apart, man.
This would be Garcia's biggest win too. Like if they were to pull the trigger and give him this win, easily his biggest win in AEW.
Oh yeah.
I think they should do it.
I can see him doing it. Like because, off of, you ever hear MJF do like any type of interview outside of like AEW and stuff like that? He's all for that shit.
Yeah.
So I can see it.
Like we said earlier, you can't win all the time. That's not how wrestling works.
That's not how it works. You need to.
Mm-hmm.
At least there you go and wrestle. But yeah, great segment. Both of those guys, kicking ass. So I enjoyed it. Next up, your favorite match line. What's your favorite team? The Learning Tree with Rod Strong versus the Conglomeration and Hook.
But really quick before we get into this match, did you see what happened on Twitter about this match?
No.
So you know how Tony Khan normally on like Monday and Tuesday announces like the card for Dynamite?
Oh, he was like, "Trust me, this will be awesome, right?"
Yeah. He announced the match, and literally, it felt like all of Twitter was like, "Bro, why is this still going on? What are you doing?" And then, like I said, I've never seen him say this. You already said it though, but I've never seen him say this. It's like, look, sometimes you gotta trust me. I think this is gonna be a good match. And everyone was like, "All right, Tony, you never said this before. We gonna trust you." And we're gonna talk about if he should be trusted or not after you break this down.
This is a hard match to break down, man, because shit just goes crazy after a minute. So, all right, started out like the match started out as a normal match, right? Two people enter the ring, they start doing moves to each other. One gets somebody to one corner, they start doing a bunch of tag moves, and then at that point, a brawl happens. Everybody comes out and they start brawling in the middle of the ring, and then they all get thrown outside the ring. And at this point, it went to a nice commercial break.
Yeah.
And as it came back, it was Orange Cassidy and Jericho in the ring. So, it settled down. They both got back in the ring. Jericho had a full Nelson on Orange Cassidy, keeping Orange Cassidy from putting his hands in his pockets and powering up. But eventually you can't outpower the pockets, man. So Orange Cassidy puts his hands in his pockets and literally takes out the whole team. They were all trying to hit him. He does this thing where they try to clothesline him. He goes to the ground, he kips up, does a drop kick, runs, then he drop kicked a couple more people, and then he rolled to the corner, and realizing he couldn't tag with his hands in his pockets, he tagged somebody in. Again, I think. And then at this point, like on the other side, there's more things happen, and Brian Keith gets in. Now this is like one of the shining points of the match. Brian Keith goes in, dude. At one point he was taking everybody on, man. Like he was hitting everybody with a big move. And then eventually tags in Roddy. And it, he tags in Roddy. The other guy tags in, I think it was from Briscoe to Hook. So Hook gets back in. All the stuff goes on the outside because, Briscoe just did a dive. His crazy ass.
Mm-hmm.
And then Hook puts Roddy in the red room. Roddy's foot is on the rope and the ref doesn't see it. And Roddy eventually taps out to Hook. Right after the match, the Kingdom come in and then start beating the crap out of Hook. And yeah, that was pretty much it. Like, bright parts of the match was Brian Keith and Roddy Strong, of course. Brian Keith, Roddy Strong, and the crazy cult leader himself, Mark Briscoe.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, like, it was okay.
Yeah.
They kind of need to like move on.
So the annoying part for me about this match, I think the match was alright. I agree. Like, it was okay. It was fun to watch. I think this was definitely one of the weaker 6 to 8 man tag matches that they've been doing lately, because they've been doing a lot of these recently.
Yeah.
One thing, they just swapped off. Like, all they did was they had all these people in the match, right? So before, it was the Conglomeration and the Undisputed Kingdom feuding, and then it was Hook and Jericho feuding. All I did was switch them. That's all they did.
Yeah.
Like, they couldn't all just get away from each other. All they did was just switch them. And that's just, that's cool, I guess. I, for one, don't want to see Roddy Strong lose to Hook. I don't.
No.
I also don't want to see Roddy with the FCW championship. I'm ready for that. I know there was a dude that was really dumb in the press conference that talked shit about the FCW championship, the Not Joke championship. I am ready for it to just kind of go, though, at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's no one in the company that defines FTW anymore. Like, the only reason Hook has it because he's literally has his son. That's it. But yeah, that doesn't sit well with me. And now we're gonna get the Conglomeration in the Learning Tree, and then we're most likely gonna get the Conglomeration without Tomohiro Ishii in it versus the Learning Tree. Like, that's great for the trios division, sure, but knowing how Jericho has been, this could easily be like a 6-month thing, and this does not need to be a 6-month thing. One thing I hope we don't get this on All Out. Just leave it off. All Out right now is a stacked heat card. We don't need this on it. And that's where I'm at on that right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it was probably like the worst. It was the worst match on the card this week.
Easily.
So yeah, man. Like, okay, so like right after this was the Mercedes Moné segment.
CEO.
And Mercedes is trying to celebrate being far away from Britt Baker and keeping both that New Japan Strong and that TBS title. And while they're trying to celebrate, Private Party comes in because there's no party without Private Party.
Yes, sir.
So there's a party, they're just gonna pop up. And gotta give my man credit though. Zay tries to shoot his shot at Mercedes Moné.
Shit, look, if I'm on camera, if I'm Zay, and I know that I'm in a segment with Mercedes, I'm risking my job. I'm trying to shoot my shot. Even if this kicks me off the TV for a month, I'm gonna say, hey, Mercedes, what up? That's it.
And of course, as he was trying to shoot his shot, a Wild Okada appears out of nowhere.
The work
It
husband.
interrupt. First, Camille interrupted, and then Okada came in and brought in the extra muscle. And Zay don't. Hard Party don't want none of that, so they left. And at the end, you get a happy Okada doing the CEO dance with Mercedes and celebrating, with the Monet team. With the Monet team.
Man. I really like this segment.
Okada was so happy.
Look, do you remember when Okada was world champion and in New Japan and Mercedes was the IWGP Women's Champion?
Yep.
And they did Valley, and then Okada won his match. Mercedes came out after she had won her title. And do you see Okada's face when Mercedes was out there?
Yep.
That man looked like he was ready to risk it all. He already was married at that point. I'm convinced at this point now that Okada didn't come out here for the Bucks because he knows the Bucks. I'm convinced he found out Mercedes was going to be working in AEW and was like, New Japan, y'all got to understand. I got to go be with Mercedes. This is my chance to be in the same company with her and to travel with her. I'm going. And then New Japan was like, valid, we understand. Go do your thing. Because Okada was also the first one to make the CEO, because men weren't doing the CEO dance before. Like, that wasn't a thing. Okada did it, and then Shota Umino did it in New Japan. Ospreay's doing it now, which is dope. That dance is low key starting to take over. Like, you see a bunch of people in the crowd doing it. I was doing it while I was sitting here. Like, it's a fun thing to do.
Oh man, it's good stuff. It's good stuff.
Fun segment.
Yeah, that was a fun segment. So, our next one right after that is the Mariah May Championship celebration.
Oh.
Man, all I gotta say is poor Tony Schiavone. My boy was hanging on.
Mm.
Oh, it was rough, Tony. You got through it though.
Almost cracked.
Boy almost cracked right there. So Mariah May came out. She was in a robe, and she was like, "Hey, I'm going to celebrate, but not in this shitty ass town." Which I understand.
Champaign, Illinois, I get it.
Yeah, I get it. I totally get it. She dogs the town, and she's like, you know what? I'm here to show people glamour and give you guys some glamour. So I'm going to give you a sneak peek. And Mariah May takes off the robe. It shows what Mariah May got. And puts the robe back on and runs to the back.
Tony was trying his hardest not to look over there. Like, he's not trying to side eye or nothing. He was
trying.
Did not work.
My boy was struggling. He even wiped his head off at the end. He was sweating.
I've seen Tony Schiavone have fear in his eyes twice in this episode. Once was John Moxley getting in his face. The second, look at his face now. Look at him now. Oh my God, bro. He is he
was struggling.
I get it. That's all. I get it. Because Mariah was also like all up on him and everything too.
Yeah.
Remember, Mariah's kiss brought Nigel McGuinness out of retirement.
Nigel was wrestling fit about 10 minutes later.
Like he was literally at commentary. Yeah. Got the kiss and was like, I gotta go. Went to the back, did his warm up, got in his gear that I'm assuming that they made in like 5 minutes. Because I'm in my head, he wasn't gonna wrestle. But then that happens, like I have the energy, I can do this. And went out there and showed why he was one of the best at his time.
Yeah, no, easy. He got rejuvenated.
Again, I understand.
Oh man, that was a good segment. And we also like right after this, there was another one with GYV Grizzled Young Veterans, and they were at the time they didn't know who they were going against. So they're like, "Hey, we got a match on Collision. We don't care who it's against, but the only thing we're going to tell you when you see us, grit your teeth."
Mm.
And it happened to be the Outrunners. I'm like, "Oh,
We're gonna talk about the match a little bit. It was actually pretty back and forth. It was pretty good.
no, yeah." I was like, "Oh man, why they fed the Outrunners to him?" And then right after this was pretty much the Takeshita Returns video package for the GOAT, Takeshita. And awesome video package. They're doing these more now. AEW, they doing their thing now.
One one
They,
thing one thing I really noticed is not only are they doing promo packages for their stuff now, they're finally doing video packages for when wrestlers go other places. Like
yes.
they did on Friday or Saturday, I think it was Saturday actually. They did a little promo for Mercedes
Mhm.
for her match at Capital Collision against Momo Watanabe. They did
Yeah.
a couple for Takeshita.
Yes.
It's great.
Fucking fantastic, man. Like yeah, it's great seeing all the quality just like almost out of nowhere the shit skyrocketed.
It,
you
it's
know,
it's great.
it's great to see. Um, and yeah, like, you know, I don't know. Quality doesn't suddenly skyrocket if you ain't got no TV deal. I'm just saying.
I mean,
I'm just
all we know is that all of a sudden Collision's going to be on Australian TV somewhere. That's all we know. Who knows?
no,
Maybe they don't have a TV deal. Who knows? Even
I don't
though
know.
even though they're going on a world tour next year and they're going to Australia and they're going to Japan, maybe they don't have a TV deal. Maybe they're just going to be an indie touring. Who knows?
Oh yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe they ain't got no deal or something, you know?
Nope, they definitely don't have money because they definitely didn't give Swerve a seven-figure contract. They definitely
Yeah.
didn't give Mercedes one last year. They didn't just sign Grizzly Young Vets. They didn't do anything. Nope, not at all.
Nope. Nope, not all. Well,
They didn't just sign Ricochet. Nothing like that. Nope.
no, they didn't just sign you know, the best high flyer in the world that was lying dormant, right?
Yeah.
They didn't just do that, right?
Nope.
Oh
Dying company.
man. Yeah, to all those who say that, you're full of shit. And, you're farming for clicks.
Yep.
I think I need to put one of them clickbait titles on there, and then just fuck all you guys up.
A- AEW died by signing Swerve and Ricochet.
Yeah, no, we don't do that shit here.
No.
Get that shit here.
No, we do not.
Okay. So our last match, no, our last actual match on the card tonight was Ricochet versus Kyle Fletcher. Let me tell you, man, this match went very different than what I thought it was. I
Ooh.
was gonna like the way the how this match was done. It was I actually I thought it was gonna be one way, right? Like I thought it was gonna be more of Ricochet, doing his, doing a lot of stuff he did before, pretty much like doing all his high flying shit. But no, this match was pretty grounded, and it was actually a better match
Mm-hmm.
for it. It was a damn good match, and Kyle Fletcher. I mean, come on, man. If you guys ain't noticed Kyle Fletcher now, what are you doing?
Kyle's been a beast, but let's be completely real. He has improved so much in this run with Don Callis and the Don Callis family, and him
Mhm.
being in Ring of Honor and him being able to wrestle more in AEW. Leaps and bounds. He was already great.
Yeah, and man, But you said one thing. He was wrestling in Ring of Honor. He was the TV champ down there.
Yep. Yes, he was.
And he was doing that thing called practicing his craft.
If like 99% of wrestlers are very willing to do that. It seems like there's only one that, for whatever reason, just doesn't, never has.
There's two.
Yeah, there's two. There's two.
Two different companies, but yeah, there's two.
Yeah, you know.
But yeah, man, like this match was good, man. Like there was like I didn't even take notes for this match because I was like sitting there, I was into it. I was watching, man. But like when you watch this match, you watch Ricochet do his thing. My thing that I put down at my like final part of my notes was Ricochet truly belongs in AEW.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's no argument from that. Like you see him in the ring, what he's doing, how he's doing it, how he fits in with everything else. Yeah, he is 100% an AEW wrestler.
Fits like a damn glove.
Yeah, like this is where Ricochet was supposed to be before he was tied up trying to do the thing at WWE. What where he's at now is where he needs to be. So there was a ton of back and forth in this match, man. Like Kyle Fletcher was, hey, he was working him. He was putting Ricochet through the paces, man. I thought Ricochet got tired for a minute. He was like, God damn.
It did look like he did for a second. For a second, it definitely looked like he was like, bro, slow the fuck down. I'm used to WWE pacing. I can't be doing this right now. Hold on,
I gotta do my cardio now. But there's something I didn't realize.
What you got?
And okay. I didn't know Ricochet was from Las Vegas.
Yeah, he's from here. Yes, sir.
So, I swear on everything, man. When I used to go to LVAC, there was a dude and at the LVAC. I was like, that guy kind of looks like Ricochet. Nah, that ain't him. I'm totally certain now that was him. I just didn't realize it.
I'm pretty sure he still lives here with Samantha.
Yeah. But there would be sometimes I'd be working at LVAC and there's a dude with his exact same tattoos.
Yeah, that means in your gym, Ricochet was there. Yep.
He was there. Like, it's totally there. I just didn't realize it. I was like, I don't know. Because, like, sometimes you see somebody, you're like, that could be like a cheap, that guy's an imitation. I don't know. I don't know if that's him or not. But yeah, no, it's totally him. But yeah, man, like so Ricochet wins the match. He eventually wins the match with the Vertigo. And right after that, Ospreay comes out, puts his belt down, is about to cut a nice promo, but he forgot about somebody.
Oh my God.
Ospreay, you forgot about somebody. You forgot about Pac.
Oh.
Hashtag.
What about Pac?
What about Pac? And Pac was like, yo, hey, welcome Ricochet, but you know what? This is my shit right here. You ain't jumping in front to the title picture, not because I haven't gotten mine yet.
No, bro, hold on. Wait, hold on real quick. Hold on. Yeah. I know you were about to say it, but I gotta say it real quick.
Don't say it. Go ahead.
Pac didn't just hit Ospreay in the back of the head like a normal person.
No.
This motherfucker decided that, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna jump you by hitting you with the fucking poison rana on the ramp. Yeah. On the stage.
Yeah.
You fucking lunatic. Who the fuck decides, oh, I'm gonna jump this person, but no, I'm not gonna just jump him. He gonna take this poison rana. Then I'm gonna talk shit.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, Pac, you got it. You hit me with a poison rana? Bro, just take my fucking title. You just hit me in the back like a normal person.
Nah, man. See, he had to make Osprey remember him. He forgot about Pac. God damn it. Pac had to make him remember. Get him, Pac.
Osprey wants to talk to Ricochet, but nope.
Hell
Poison
no.
Rana. Here it is right here.
You forgot about him. How dare you? No, just get Ricochet up there. No.
But yeah, man.
Yeah, man. That was a great segment, man. Like the whole thing. Like Ricochet, Carl Fletcher. Damn good match. I'd probably say that was probably the match of the night. Easy.
Yeah, easily.
Next up, of course, everybody else. We'll just put Jamie Hayter up there just because.
Mm-hmm.
Right after that, Mox is roaming around the backstage, and he's like, "You know what this place needs?" And he starts asking different people, "You know what it needs?" And then out of nowhere, Marina Shafir pops out and kicks somebody in the fucking face. And then she goes on a thing kicking everybody, fucking people up backstage. Let me tell you, man, this has been a long time coming, for Marina Shafir. She's been working on her stuff, and she's been doing, damn good in ROH. She's been showing up on Collision, things like that.
Speak on it.
She's been doing the work, and she's now with Moxley, so she's going to get all she worked her ass off, and now she's going to get all that, that TV time. She's getting her spot. She's getting her place. And she's going to be a fucking terror in the women's division, in this currently stacked women's division now. And, her teaming up with Mox is fucking awesome. There's some other people I'd like to see, on that team, because I guess they're looking for shooters and people that can fuck people up. They should probably put Serena Deeb on that team.
They could.
They could. They don't have to.
This feels like this feels like something that Moxley's always wanted to do. Like, cause I don't know Moxley, but he came out to New Japan music. We've seen how much he loves going to New Japan, going back and forth. Mm-hmm. He was just IWGP World Heavyweight Champion. He's talked about a year and a half ago wanting to work with Marina Shafir.
Yes.
He was on commentary for a match with her like a year ago, and he bigged her up then.
Yep.
So I think this is the run that Moxley's always wanted to be on. So he's actually gonna. I'm pretty sure he picked the Blackpool Combat Club too. I'm pretty sure he loved that too. But I feel like this is really Moxley's shit.
Yeah, I think he wanted to. He's like, it's time for something new, and he's moving towards that. But yeah, that was a good segment. And fucking Maria Shafir looked like a star there, man. She came out and she was fucking those people up.
She looked like a damn monster.
Yeah. Looked great. So right after this is the final part of the card, which was Bryan Danielson coming out.
Yes, sir.
World Heavyweight Champion. Danielson was talking to the crowd, and of course, he did his Danielson. Bryan Danielson did his Bryan Danielson.
Mm-hmm.
Led the crowd one way. He was like, he was talking about retirement, but he's like, you know what? I'm not gonna retire AEW World Champion. That's because I'm not going to retire till I actually lose this title and on my time, on my terms. And that he's going to fight everyone, anyone and everyone. And he's like, you know what? I need a match for All Out. I'm going to issue an open challenge to whoever wants, and whoever wants it, first come, first serve. Whoever wants it.
Mm-hmm.
And who else that answers the call than Jack Perry?
Scapegoat.
The scapegoat. So Jack Perry explains to what stupid people don't understand and what was called out way before All In. Let's take a trip back.
Yes,
To
please.
before All In. And I think it was specifically when they did the no, it was right before they did the not Anarchy in the Arena. What was the other match called?
What, Blood and Guts?
Yeah, Blood and Guts. Right before Blood and Guts. Darby Allin he won the right to be the number one contender for the AEW World Championship. Not Darby Allin. No, yeah, Darby Allin. He won a match. He's the number one contender. He's been the number one contender this whole fucking time, mind you. And going into All In, again, he was the number one contender. Jack Perry beat Darby Allin. Jack Perry is now the number one contender. You follow me here?
Mm-hmm.
You follow me here. Okay. So during the promo, Jack Perry mentions, hey, ain't nobody skipping the line. I'm the number one contender. Since I beat Darby Allin, who used to, he was the number one contender. I beat him. I'm the new one now. And I'm going to be the one that retires you. Oh, and by the way, look behind you. And then Jack Perry comes out and beats him up in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the segment, it's Jack Perry getting all the boos from the Chicago crowd and holding the AEW World Championship over Bryan Danielson. And that's how we end the show.
Mm-hmm.
But remember, people, he's the number one contender, and he actually won it from Darby Allin in All In. And Darby Allin going in was the number one contender. Let's just get that straight. It's not like no gap in storytelling. They actually been saying it for weeks.
I'm assuming Darby, because Darby, I'm assuming he's gonna get a shot at whatchamacallit, in New York, whatever show they do in New York. I forget what's called now off the top of my head.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm pretty sure he's gonna get it there, whatever. But to your point, exactly. Yeah. Jack is the number one contender. Plus, the last person to pin Danielson on this run was Jack Perry in Anarchy in the Arena.
Yeah.
This is just New Japan booking, and people don't seem to understand that.
Yeah, people don't. People. The only people that don't understand it. Sorry, I've been doing good this whole show, not mentioning that company.
Do it.
A lot of. So when you watch WWE, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know one thing WWE does?
What do they do?
They literally tell you, okay, I'm watching the storyline, right? I'm watching TV, watching the storyline. The whole show, they will tell me about the whole storyline, the whole show. And repeatedly tell me about the storyline, the whole show. And repeatedly again tell me the storyline throughout the whole show. Like I'm a fucking toddler. Like, they don't expect people to pay attention. You got a lot of people like that just don't pay attention, or they can't comprehend what's happening. It's so fucking weird.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you actually watch the show, it's like literally right there. Like Taz on commentary. Hey, he used to be the number one contender. He's not the number one contender anymore. Oh, Jack Perry won the #1 contender. They've been literally saying this shit for weeks.
Mm-hmm. And even they didn't. You just got to remember back 2 months. Like even Jack Perry already has a point because he's already beaten Darby Allin, which means he should already just get the next shot by default. Sure, Darby might get it at a Grand Slam. I think the show is sure, whatever. But realistically, even if you take that out of the way, it's the fact that Jack was also the last person to pin Danielson.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's two ways you can think about this. It's very easy. Plus, either way, even if you want to throw those two away, you throw those out completely. Danielson called for an open challenge. So even without those two situations that we just talked about being there, Danielson made it first come, first serve. So there's multiple reasons why Jack can take this match. So it's not like this isn't complicated. They gave you 3 different ways to explain why Jack is going to be in front of that Chicago crowd soaking in all those boos.
Yeah.
So it's all right there.
It's all right there. Yeah, like it's literally right there. But people don't know how to pay attention.
Mm-hmm. We talked about it with Danielson and Swerve, and look what happened with Danielson and Swerve. Look at that storyline that we broke down. Come on.
Yeah, man. Like, so like just overall, that segment was great. It was probably great for everybody that paid attention.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, like that's gonna be the world heavyweight championship match, Jack Perry and Bryan Danielson. And to all those guys, to some of those guys are like, oh, this is the first the first match Danielson had. I'm like, okay, what match were you expecting?
Who did they want? This also, again, with even out the 3 points that we made, Jack Perry going to Chicago to wrestle against the world champion.
Mm-hmm.
That's heat.
Immediate heat.
Chicago
doesn't have to do anything. He just has to step in the ring.
Chicago hates him.
Yeah.
Like it's easy. It's a fun match. Like it's like no matter what, we already broke down 3 reasons why Jack Perry is going to be wrestling Danielson at All Out next week. But either way, who gives a fuck about all those reasons? It's a fun match. We're going to see Jack Perry go in the Now Arena, get booed out of the building, and probably turn them and do whatever he's going to do in there. Because it's fun. This is supposed to be fun, bro.
Yeah. Well, I'm just like, who do you... Okay, Jack Perry is one of the guys of the company, right? Like one of the main guys, one of the top guys. He's a TNT title holder, right?
Yeah.
What is wrong with Jack Perry going against Bryan Danielson for the first match?
The only people who hate it are people who love Punk, because if you love Punk, you have to hate Jack Perry. It's just a thing.
Okay, well, Huh. Yeah, no, I ain't going there.
Meanwhile, that motherfucker's over there kissing a bracelet that was on Drew McIntyre's balls. Like, okay, like good shit. You guys wrestled for a fucking bracelet for 6 months. Great. Do your shit over there. AEW's doing something different. This is a fire match to put on All Out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This match is fire. So, so overall, yeah, man. Like, I think it was good. I thought it was great. I think those guys are gonna knock him out of the park.
Yeah, they are. It's gonna be a good time.
But yeah, man, that was Dynamite. What are your thoughts?
I think this is a really good episode of Dynamite. The only low that I can see was the 8-man tag. That wasn't really great. I'm still of the camp of Jericho needs to take a little bit of a break. I definitely this also screams like the conglomeration was doing really big things. They were getting really hot, right, over the last couple months. So now all of a sudden Jericho wants to be with them, right? Okay. Same thing happened with Hook. Hook was getting real hot before, And look where Hook's left off now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Don't drag this out. Also, this doesn't need to be on the All-In card. Nothing. I would as much as I would prefer Mark Briscoe and the team to be doing something else. This doesn't have to be an All-In or All Out. Just let it go. Other than that, I love the show.
Yeah, it can be on 0 Hour.
I don't even want it there. Put it on a Collision the night before on that Friday.
That's literally where it should be, is Collision.
Yeah, just throw it right there. Let it be there.
Yeah, man. I thought Dynamite was pretty good, minus the like you said, the 8-man tag. That was probably the low point of the card, but seeing Jamie Hayter back, so happy to see her back. So happy to see her do her damn thing, kick some ass, looking like she ain't lost a step. And also shout out to Harley Cameron again, because she's also looking better every week. And yeah, like great. It was a great Dynamite.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, ton of fun.
As you guys noticed, there wasn't really a lot of tie-in between Dynamite and Rampage and Collision. So we're probably just going to rapid fire those, because realistically, a lot of Rampage and Collision was just like matches to get people certain places, to move people, get some wins and stuff like that. So I'm just going to run through these cards real quick so everyone can just know what's going on, and we'll call it a day.
Sounds good, man. Let's get it.
Yeah. Rampage starts with a three-way tag match between Private Party, who, they just kind of got curved by Mercedes, Undisputed Kingdom, Matt Taven, Mike Bennett, and Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal. I'm not gonna get into the match. The match is pretty good. Definitely not like one of those ones that you must watch, but it was all right. The winners of this match, surprisingly low key, was Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal.
Yes.
They put the dual figure four on Taven and Bennett. Taven and Bennett did the FTR thing where they were trying to hold each other's hands not to tap, and they both tap at the same time. Lethal and Jarrett are getting a little bit of momentum, probably going up on the lists for those tag titles pretty soon.
You know what? You know what I'm gonna say, right?
Say it.
Somebody listened.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody listened to the channel.
It also helps that Jeff Jarrett's been doing like really great since that promo right before the Owen Hart, where he like spilled his heart about Owen.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely people have heard you, Prophet, because you said it, and they're listening.
I said it multiple times, man. About both Jarrett and Lethal. I'm just gonna say, they ain't be on that TV every week,
and
they're two of the best.
And they look. People might not remember this, but Lethal and Jarrett are also an established tag team that have challenged for the AEW World Tag Team Championships before.
Yep.
These were three established tag teams asserting their dominance to see who's going to be going up on the rankings. And Lethal and Jarrett did it.
Mm-hmm. They did.
Mm-hmm. Next up, newly minted moving to America, Mina Shirakawa wrestled local talent. I don't even know if she was local, but that's their thing. Misa Kate.
Okay.
Match was pretty quick. Mina won, of course, which is surprising that she was here. You said that she moved to America.
Yeah. They reported she just moved to America.
She wasn't in the 5-star Grand Prix in Stardom. And she comes out. She's at All In the Skybox where Mercedes was last year. And she gets a Rampage match.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I saw a little clip on Twitter earlier today where I guess Mina was in a match with someone, and then she took off her shirt and she had like a American flag bikini top on for a Stardom match.
Oh boy,
she here.
She
signed.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, that was that match. It was just Mina got a win. It was pretty quick. It was a fun match though. Right after that, we got a backstage segment with Stokely and Chris. Stokely's doing his thing again, being a hypocrite, saying that you surround yourself with a bunch of deviants. Stokely, you shouldn't be talking about this kind of stuff. And said that Willow's support system sucks ass because she's with the conglomeration now. And then Stokely's like, he's looking over at someone's staff. It's like, you're shaking your head a lot. What are you doing? Come here. So they get him on camera. Stokely looks at him. It's like, oh, you must be a Willow fan, shaking your head like that. And then Chris knocks him out with a fist wrapped in a chain like she did to Willow last week. And then Statlander says September 7th, 2024 is going to be the death of this friendship. So remember, they have that Chicago street fight at All Out next week.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if y'all know, if y'all have never watched AEW before, these women be going crazy on these street fights and stuff. So expect something good out of that.
Yeah. Especially those two.
Mm-hmm. I think Willow has like the most. I think she even said it. She has like the most hardcore match experience on AEW TV as a woman. So
yep.
Yeah.
She's almost been in all of them.
Yep. Willow crazy. Next up, we got a debut. This is the first time we get to see grizzled young veterans in the AEW ring. Mm-hmm. So it's Zach Gibson and James Drake, grizzled young vets, versus the Outrunners.
Yes.
And let me tell you, this could have been match of the night if it wasn't for the main event. Straight up. You would assume that this would be like a quick 5-minute match. It would be like nothing, right? It was actually a really good back and forth match.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
okay.
Bro. The Outrunners put on a show. The Outrunners were doing their thing. And the Grizzly Young Vets, you know, they're the GYV. They are a good tag team. They are great at what they do.
Mm-hmm.
To win the match, Grizzly Young Vets pulled out the nastiest doomsday device I think I've ever seen.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, bro. I think it was Turbo Floyd that was that got hit with it. Oh no, it was Truth Magnum got hit with it. It looked like he delayed his flip. He almost hit his head on the ground. Like, it looked nasty. It's the nastiest doomsday device I've ever seen. And then they did their high-low, which I don't think they have I don't think AEW has a name for it yet, so I'm just gonna call it high-low for right now. And Grizzly Young Vets got the win.
Nice.
Very solid match. Afterward, no, they didn't do this yet. It was on this next part was on Collision. I watched both shows just now, so whatever. Next, do you have any thoughts on that match at all?
No, I gotta watch it, man. Like, I like both teams. I really like the Outrunners, man. I think those guys are cool.
They got their whole entrance and everything. They are Outrunners are a very popular team, and we get to talk more about the Outrunners on Collision.
Hell yeah.
Next up, Nyla Rose wrestled local talent Amina Belmont.
She wasn't the right Belmont.
No, Nyla stomped. Nyla destroyed this woman. Very dominant victory, because we know now that Nyla, in typical Nyla Rose fashion, is going to get the first shot at a new champion, because she will be wrestling Mariah May on Dynamite.
Oh God.
Yup. That is the thing that's going to be happening. That should be a very good match. We will talk about it next week.
Nice.
And then the main event, which I'm just going to call Welcome Back Konosuke Takeshita. Yes. Because it was Takeshita versus the Beast Mortos versus Commander versus Leo Rush.
Oh my god.
If you only had time to watch one match from Rampage, this is the one to watch. Because these men went hard. It was such a good match. To the point where I normally don't break down matches already. I'm not going to break this down. People need to sit down and watch this match because it was fantastic. Obviously, Takeshita was going to win this match. This is Takeshita's welcome home. He had like 2 or 3 different vignettes about his G1 time. Takeshita hit Commander with the nastiest Blue Thunder Bomb I think he's ever done.
Ooh.
Then picked up Commander and hit him with a spinning Falcon Arrow.
Oh shit.
Looked nasty, bro, for the pin. Takeshita returns. Takeshita gets the win. And Rampage ends for the night. Any thoughts?
That sounds like a ridiculous episode of Rampage.
Rampage has been really good. It's I would say no. Is there another show no? There's not an hour show anymore. Really. You have like Women's Wrestling WoW, which is a really good hour show when it's on. You got to be able to find it though. But
yeah, if you could.
if you find it. But Rampage is really turning into like the best 1 hour show on TV right now. Wrestling show is great.
Okay.
Now we will move to Collision. And let me give you a little spoiler. There was no in-ring promo segment this week on Collision. When they went in the ring, they were wrestling. Barely any talking.
Damn.
And we start with Captain Collision, Hologram, and the conglomeration, Kyle O'Reilly and Orange Cassidy, versus Lee Moriarty, Johnny TV, and the Beast Mortos.
Ooh.
Again, fantastic match. Like 20 minutes, they were going in. Right before the match, Kyle O'Reilly and Orange Cassidy, they were poking Hologram to make sure that he could, they could touch him. Because he was real. Because, he's a hologram, right?
That's like the best part.
But this match is how you can expect. This was one of those 6-man tag matches that we've been getting over the last couple weeks on every show. Fantastic. I'm not gonna break this down. But you definitely should watch this one. This was really good. Hologram ended up hitting Avalanche Spanish Fly, and then doing his little, like seatbelt pin that he's been doing lately.
Yeah.
Got that for the win.
Oh damn. Okay.
Fun match. Fantastic. It's a must watch. It was so good. And let me tell you, this was Hologram's first show outside of Arlington for AEW. He had these people going crazy in that arena, bro. This was like one of the loudest Rampage. Oh, not Rampage. This is one of the loudest Collision matches I can remember. Because they were all for Hologram.
Oh yeah. That's Captain Collision.
Captain
man.
Collision. Great match. After that, we go to another trios match, which is the Bang Bang Gang, Juice and the Guns versus the Premier Athletes. Another fun match. This was definitely just to, for rankings in the AEW Trios division.
Mm-hmm.
The Guns hit the 310 to Yuma to Woods. Got the win.
Okay. Ooh, okay.
Fun match. Definitely take the time to watch it. You should probably just watch all of Collision because all of Collision was really good.
Yeah, it sounds like all Collision was great.
Mm-hmm. Right after this match, we got FTR versus Undisputed Kingdom.
Ooh.
Very fun tag team match. But we're not going to talk about that. FTR definitely won that match.
Of course.
Don't have to talk about that too much, right? Like, you know, FTR was gonna win that match. The Grizzly Young Vets come out after. In blindside FTR, they take Grizzly Young Vets take a mic, and they said, "Let me make something very clear. The reason we're here is because this is where the best wrestle, and we are the best, and we are tired of being compared to you, FTR, because wherever we go, they compare us to you." And this is the second.
Shit.
This is the second time we laid out the Living Legends, and we're gonna keep doing it.
Ooh.
So very soon, we're getting Grizzly Young Vets and FTR.
Yes. Hell yeah.
Bro, let me tell you. I mean, they also called out the Acclaim. They also called out the Bucks. Apparently, the only three tag teams right now are those three and the Grizzly Young Vets. But give me Vets FTR. All's forgiven for a week. I'll take it.
Mm-hmm.
Give me that on All Out. Don't do Jericho. Give me that on All Out. Let Jericho skip this one.
Yeah.
Oh, you have any thoughts on this before we move on to the funniest segment of the night?
I think it's probably like GYV and FTR. Yeah. We need all that.
I'm so excited for that.
That shit's gonna be so good.
Ugh,
Can't wait.
can't wait either. Next up, we go backstage. Lance Archer is back there and acting like a school bully. He took somebody, he put him in a locker and like was hitting his head on the side of the locker, was beating up like 3 or 4 people. He was just angry.
Yes.
Looks at the camera, says everybody dies, and walks off while he leaves all these poor men in his wake. They're all dead, and we move on.
That's what they get for getting in Lance Archer's way, man.
Next up, this might sound funny because the match after this was also really good, but low key, I was more invested in this match than I think any other match on this card.
Really?
Yes, and you're not gonna believe who was in this. You see it right now.
Yeah.
It was Top Flight, full Top Flight, Dante and Darius Martin, Leo Rush, and Action Andretti. You see what's happening on screen right now. Versus the Iron Savages, Jack Jameson, and Turbo Floyd of the Outrunners. But Truth is out there, so Truth is with them. So the Outrunners are out here in full force. And let me tell you, I feel so bad for Top Flight, bro.
Those guys are so huge, man. Jesus Christ.
Not even for that reason, because Top Flight won the match.
Yeah.
But realistically, they got outshined.
Yep.
I'm more excited to watch the Iron Savages and the Outrunners over what Top Flight was doing. Because Top Flight, they were in there, they're doing the thing, right? They were wrestling. But throughout the match, the Iron Savages and the Outrunners, they weren't really fucking with each other. There was a point where they were kind of like getting blind tags on each other, telling Turbo to get out. Turbo was getting up blind tags like, no, I'm in here. They were the Outrunners were doing their little poses on the apron. Iron Savages and Outrunners do not fuck with each other.
Shit, I want to see that match.
Exactly. And this is why I feel bad for Top Flight. They were in the match and they won. But they got outshined completely by their opponents. Straight up. Because the Iron Savages and the Outrunners were easily the most interesting part about this match. They were basically beefing with each other. They didn't give a shit about Top Flight, really. Of course they lost, but, you know.
Yeah.
Whatever. I would say you should definitely watch this match. I don't know if you might disagree with me. Possibly. But you should definitely look at the match and just watch the not even just watch the Outrunner side, but just watch the match and just feel bad for Top Flight like I did.
Man, I like the Irons. I like both of those teams, man. So The Iron Savages and fucking and the Outrunners. I like both of those guys. Both of those teams, man.
They got more personality than all the Top Flight. And Leo Rush was on the other side too.
Yeah.
Even Leo couldn't help him. Like at all. I don't know. I think Top Flight got to figure it out, bro, because right now you can't be in the situation right now where your tag team partners, who likely will now feud on most likely Ring of Honor somewhere, are more entertaining than the match. You can't have that happen.
Yeah, like, and they're kind of, you could say it's like the makeshift team on the apron was more entertaining than them doing their thing in the ring.
Yeah, they really were. It's actually kind of sad.
So we've talked about this, about Top Flight. We did give them some praise. I think like last week about them finally getting some type of character, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think they need to, now that they got this, they got to amp it up.
Yeah.
Because the reason why they're getting outshined by Iron Savages and the Outrunners has amped their 80s amped up, right? The Iron Savages, they're just like two big ass dudes that are like, again, their personality is ramped up. Like, they've ramped themselves up to 10.
Yeah.
The Top Flight, now their personality is probably like at a 5. Their wrestling's at a 10. It's always been a 10.
Mm-hmm.
But, the other guys also can wrestle. And they got the amped up personality on top of it. So they're outshining.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think it's just going to take some time for Top Flight. But yeah, they got to figure it out.
they really do. And AEW, if you're listening, we need at some point very soon on TV somewhere, we need Outrunners versus Iron Savages. Go ahead and just work it out somewhere. Put it on like All Out 0 Hour somewhere. Make the match happen.
Yeah, make that happen.
Next up, this was probably the match of the night, for real, but Kyle Fletcher versus Tomohiro Ishii. Man.
Oh.
I feel like this might have been Ishii's farewell, because I think he's going back to Japan. I'm not sure at this point anymore, because I said it last week. I was like, G1's ending, he's going to be there for the G1 and then fly back. Nope, he didn't do that. So he was in Capital Collision, so he's probably going to be flying back. Nope, Tony Khan got him on the jet and brought him to AEW for Saturday. Mm-hmm. So I think this is the last one, but who knows at this point? Ishii might just stick around. He might, I like America. I'm just chilling here. Who knows? Very fantastic match. Again, we've already talked about Ishii. Ishii could have wrestled in the G1, and he would have had a better experience than some of those people in the G1. I'm not going to name names, but
Mm-hmm.
And Kyle, yeah, I need him to go. I need him to go do his thing anywhere. G1, do a couple of things in Japan again. Great.
Yeah, man. Kyle Fletcher, like we said for the Dynamite, that boy is good.
Mm-hmm.
He's good.
Fletcher won this match with a Tombstone Pile Driver.
Mm-hmm.
That's really it.
Nice.
Very good match. People should definitely watch it.
And you forget one big spot that Ishii did.
Oh, go ahead.
Ishii gets to the top rope and does a damn Frankensteiner on Kyle Fletcher.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. Oh,
Big
Ishii. Oh, Ishii. But yeah, that's it. You have any more Ishii praise or Fletcher praise before we move on to the next segment?
No. I have praised him enough.
So next we get a backstage interview. Your boy's there. 1/3
Oh,
of the AEW Trios champions. Pac.
oh, yeah. See, they didn't forget about him today.
Pac was just talking shit. It's like, hey, if I had my way, we'd be fighting right now.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna wait till next week. And then Orange Cassidy and Kyle O'Reilly, they walk in. And then Kyle calls Mark Briscoe because, again, Mark Briscoe's a cult leader, and Kyle needed to talk to his cult leader about like what was happening. Pac slaps the phone out of his hand. Orange Cassidy picks it up. He looks kind of intense because I know a lot of y'all don't know if you haven't been watching AEW for a long time. But Pac and Orange Cassidy had like a little feud like 5 years ago back in the day.
Yeah. They've had beef.
Very good match too, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
So Pac's looking at him, looking at Orange Cassidy, basically calls him bitch, walks off. So we find out that on Wednesday, we're going to get the AEW Trios champions, Pac, Claudio, and Wheeler Yuta, versus Orange Cassidy, Kyle O'Reilly, and Will Ospreay.
Oh, shit.
Dynamite.
Wow.
Yes, sir. Dynamite is stacked, and we got to remember that's also a go home show. I know we just got out of All In, but right now we got 3 more shows before we get to All Out. They all happen on Wednesday and Friday. But yeah, that's it there. Your boy was on both shows this week, Dynamite and Collision.
Yes, sir.
And now we move on. In a match that should not have been so surprising, but low-key kind of surprised me, we got Commander versus Buddy Matthews.
Ooh.
And we've talked about Buddy before. Buddy can go, but he's been kind of like a little wishy-washy here and there lately.
Mm-hmm.
Buddy came to play on Collision. Buddy and Commander had a very good match. It was
good.
Fantastic. Buddy took the win. This is definitely a must watch. People definitely should watch this if they haven't. Brody King comes down to the ring after Buddy Matthews wins the match. I'm not gonna go through the whole match because it was really good. Definitely should just watch it. But after Brody King's out there, fucking Eminem Collection shows up on the Tron, and they're running down House of Black. Fucking Madden called the House of Black that you're gonna go from House of Black to House of Blacked. So I don't have to explain that. If you know, you know. I'm not gonna explain it. I guess next week is Fashion Week, and I guess MXM challenged House of Black to a Friday night fashion fight.
Oh God.
I don't know what that means. I'm not sure what that means, but that's gonna be a thing. Buddy Matthews got the mic and said it's your funeral. So I'm guessing that match is gonna happen either on Rampage or Collision. One of those two. They both happen on Friday next week. That's gonna be it's gonna be long.
I'm pretty sure it's Collision.
Collision probably. Either way, those shows are live on Friday. That's 3 hours of AEW. Definitely be ready for that.
Oh my goodness. MXM, they're so damn good. They're fucking hilarious.
They're amazing. They're fantastic. They're just great. I can't wait to see that match on Friday. Hopefully Collision, so give them a little bit more time. That's what I'm hoping too. So I'm hoping you're right. I hope it's Collision. Then we move on to the main event of Collision. A 4-way match. And the winner of this match gets to wrestle Mercedes at All Out for the TBS championship. We have Queen Aminata, who got a little shout out earlier today in the podcast already.
Yep.
Serena Deeb, Hikaru Shida, and Thunder Rosa. When I tell you this match was heat, Prophet, this match was heat.
Yes, sir.
This was a damn good match. No one seemed like they were out of their class. Queen Aminata hasn't been wrestling for that long. She looked like she was in there and holding her own. Her and Deeb were working together at the beginning of it. Deeb got the Paradise Lock on Shida and Thunder Rosa, locked them up for a little bit. Aminata and Deeb were doing their thing until they weren't. Deeb tried to go for a pin. Aminata was like, "No, bitch. You ain't winning this match. I'm winning this match." So they go through. There was a lot of forearm shots. There was a lot of stuff in here. But the results, Hikaru Shida, the ace of the women's division, pins Queen Aminata. So now we have confirmed for All Out Mercedes Moné versus Hikaru Shida for the TBS championship. The match that we should have had 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
Prophet, your thoughts?
All right. So, first, shout out to Queen Aminata there.
Yes.
She's been like, I don't know, doing that thing we always talk about on the show.
Getting them reps in.
And she's looking awesome now. She, had that thing going with Athena in Ring of Honor. And after that, it's just been leveling up insanely quick. Glad to see her on Collision again, because she hasn't been on AEW TV in a little bit. She's been mostly running Ring of Honor, so good to see her here, and good to see her, in a high-profile match. So shouts to her for that. This match right here will show you why, or show you the AEW women's division is on a different level. Easy. You have 4 of the best women wrestling for the opportunity for the TBS to challenge for the TBS championship. 4 top women, mind you. And this match just came out badass. Like, they all showed out. And Sheeta won. I'm always rooting for Sheeta anyway, so happy to hear that. Happy that she's going to be in the main event that she should have been in the previous pay-per-view in London. And yeah, literally this match shows why Britt Baker doesn't need to be there. Is what I'm alluding to. Like, this literally shows why Britt Baker isn't needed. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. What are your thoughts, man?
I really enjoyed this match. I don't want to harp on Britt Baker too much, but all she has to do is just wrestle. Go in there, take some time in Ring of Honor, do your thing. I know there are a lot of people, like, you could talk about, oh, MJF was never on Dark, blah, 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 blah. Sure, but MJF was also really good when he signed to AEW, and he's only gotten better.
Yeah, wait, hold on. So, before MJF joined AEW, he was in MLW.
Yes, doing his thing.
Doing his thing in MLW with, some one of the guys I talked about on the TNA show, Alex Hammerstone.
Yeah.
They were all in a faction together. He was also in just like a bunch of companies I didn't even know he was in. I'm like, oh, he was in like some, just like he's been around, right? So he was practicing and doing all the stuff in his craft. He already had the solid wrestling because he was actually going around doing the thing. So let's just get that in there right now.
Mm-hmm.
Dispel that bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah, sorry I had to interrupt.
No, you're all good. You're all good. This is that's the point though. The whole point was MJF was doing his thing. So he wasn't on Dark because he already got his reps in. When he was on TV, he was also doing great things on TV.
Mm-hmm.
These women, without going back to harp on Britt Baker too much, all of these women were doing their thing. Sheeta's been an all-time great for a long time. Dee's been an all-time great for a long time. Thunder Rosa got a lot better being in AEW because she also went out and did some other things. Plus, she was also on the injury list for a long time.
Yeah.
Queen Aminata is the perfect example of someone who was not super solid before turning into a beast, being in like almost main events, semi-main events against like some of the best wrestlers in the world, like Athena, because she worked.
Yeah.
This women's division right now is leagues above where they were even last year this time. If you got to be a real hooper right now, if you really want to be in here doing your thing, you got to dedicate. The women are showing that, which is why this match was so good. Plus,
yeah.
we get Sheeta and we get Mercedes in a long form match on a pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm.
And you will hear tomorrow on tomorrow's show us talk about Mercedes and Momo Watanabe a little bit. The shit was good.
Yeah.
Just throwing it out there. Right now the women's division is hot. Right now AEW is really hot. They need to keep this up. All In, All Out is going to be a very fantastic show, I think. Has the potential to be way better than All In, which is the same thing happened last year. But those are my thoughts. Great show. Great week in AEW. You got any final thoughts?
My final thoughts are, yeah, man. It's been a great week in AEW. Everybody's showing out and they're just getting ready for that next show because, like, I feel like, All In, All Out is the start of the new season. The start of the new season. Sorry, my dog just jumped on me.
Oh no, you're all good.
But yeah, that's the start of the new season. So, yeah, man, like everything is coming together real nicely. I can't wait to watch All Out. And the next week of TV, it's gonna be fucking glorious.
Y'all be ready for a 4-hour AEW show next week because we're going to be talking about Collision, Rampage, Dynamite, and All Out. Because All Out's on Saturday next week.
Yep. And, shit, we might have... Are we going to do a pre-show?
We got to find a way to fit it in there because we still need to get Rampage Collision in there. We got to find a way to do it if we're going to do it.
Yeah, we got to find a way. We'll find it.
But yeah, that's it. You have any final thoughts on AEW this week, just in general?
I think my final thoughts are both shows were great. Everybody was showing out. The women's division is looking fan-fucking-tastic. They are, if you compare them last year to now, it's just a completely different division now.
Leaps and bounds, bro.
Leaps and bounds better. So, yeah, man. It's great. How about you, man?
AEW's been on like a really big hot streak over the last like few months. Like they have definitely turned it up. Not only just in wrestling, production wise, they've done a lot better. I personally think they're doing a lot better with their partners now too. because now we get more CMLL footage on AEW. We get more New Japan footage. Overall, I think just the entire product of AEW right now is looking really good. There are a couple little outliers here and there, but realistically, they don't really take the show down that much. As much as I like complaining about Jericho, it's not that bad. It's annoying, and it's frustrating, but don't kill the show. And this is just AEW's been on a hot streak lately. They've been doing good by their partners. I'm very excited for All Out.
Yeah, All Out's going to be good. I can't wait to watch it.
All right, then take us home, Prophet.
All right, you heard the spiel before, but I'm going to say it again because I don't care. Thank you guys for listening to the show. We really appreciate it. And if you could drop us a like, that helps us out a lot, knowing that you guys like the content. And, comment. You comment, we're going to get back to you. We're going to holler back at you. And shit, if it's a great one, we'll even address it and talk about it on the show. And subscribe. Because it ain't going to hurt nobody. So, thank you guys. We out.
Peace.